Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. You know those like boards that workplaces put up and it's like, we've gone 0 days without workplace nonsense or drama or something. Yeah, if Call of Duty had one of those, I don't know if they're cracking double digits because Call of Duty's got some more drama going on. We've got some more updates both to the game and also in studio that are apparently causing Call of Duty, particularly Black Ops 6, to panic. It's quite the situation. So there's a couple of different parts to this story, right? This is how it first started. The Ghost of Hope ended up posting this. Charlie Intel ended up bringing more attention to it as well. Ended up saying, one of the new loading screen customization options added to Black Ops 6 and Warzone with Season 1 Reloaded appears to be an AI-created image, as the zombie in the image has 6 fingers. You can see there's this evil zombie Santa Claus, and sure enough, if you've experienced counting in your life, you'll know something's not adding up here. He's got a thumb, then a second finger, then a third, then a fourth, then a fifth, and then a sixth. Now, some people are saying that this isn't actually a finger, it's like he's a zombie, so he's all ripped up and shredded up, and this is just like it's ripped off of the finger itself. I don't know, but I think you can look at this and say something clearly doesn't look right with this. And this is far from the first time they've had drama with AI created art and images in their game. There's been drama regarding different bundles having calling cards that are AI generated. There was stuff going on with some of the default calling cards in the game having things in it that made no sense for the overall storyline. All sorts of stuff in regards to AI art and creation within COD. It's been a talking point for some time now. It just has not gotten to the point that it reached earlier on this week. And like I said, this is just the first part, but Charlie Intel ends up tweeting this out. I sort of jokingly replied, I said, hey, you never know, maybe this is like a zombie mutation that suddenly has 6 fingers. That's how they've mutated. Forget 5 fingers, we're up to 6 finger zombies. And to this, Charlie Intel does end up replying and said, they've been posting art job listings with knowledge in AI tools over the last year. Plus being a part of Microsoft, I'm sure they do use AI. Microsoft is pretty big on their AI stuff, and we already know for a fact they do use AI in several other elements of the game, and it's some of the problematic elements of the game, particularly the anti-cheat. They use AI tools to trace and track cheaters and analyze gameplay and to figure out if this is a real person aiming, what the best player's aim looks like, and then what that translates to versus an aimbot or a wall hack clip or something like that. When it comes to communication bans and shadow bans and stuff like that, it's a spam report system that then has an automated system that basically after enough flags, after enough reports come in, it just automatically goes through and com bans you. That's how you can get com banned without ever having said a word in game. You could never have plugged in a mic and still get a com ban because of the automatic reports that are being detected there. Same deal with shadow banning. AI in this game has not gone well so far, it seems, and it just got even worse. Like, this already set a lot of things off, like a lot of red flags. Yeah, they're still doing this where they're clearly not even checking it. Like, if this is actually AI generated art with 6 fingers and it somehow made it into the game without being analyzed at least by someone real and saying, hey, wait a second, 1, 2, 3. That's not adding up, right? That's a red flag. But then this tweet surfaced, and it again is sounding a lot of alarms. So the Ghost of Hope, who is pretty credible now when it comes to not only leaks, but insider information. We've talked about several different scenarios in which Ghost of Hope has actually provided some insider info in regards to the state of Call of Duty, things going on at various studios. And Hope has quite the track record now of being a credible source. So take that for what you will. At the end of the day, it's all insider information. You never are going to get 100% certainty, right? Unless you are in the room where these conversations are taking place. But Hope says there's currently panic going on within Treyarch, which is, I think, a pretty extreme way to describe it. But if this is the case, like, it's not great. Almost all of the actors that feature in the Zombies crew in Black Ops 6 Zombies have pulled out of working over the lack of AI protections in their contracts. This has resulted in some of the disappointing recasts that we are now seeing early on. For example, the SAM trial audio on Citadel has been reworked, with some likely still to be recast in future maps. So this seems to be sort of like a tipping point, if you will. A lot of players started noticing this when Citadel Day More ended up dropping that the SAM trial audio was different. It wasn't the same voices on Liberty Falls and Terminus. And then they went back and realized, hey, wait a second, they've updated this here as well. Something weird is going on. And now this inside info comes out that says the actors doing the voices for the various zombie characters are not having their demands met. They want AI protection so that they can continue to work, on the stuff and have those things set in place, and Treyarch / Activision, I'd have to lean it's probably more of an Activision thing, are not agreeing to implement those AI protections in their contracts. This comes down to, I'd imagine, some level of corporate greed, whether it's stemming from Activision or Microsoft or whoever, saying, you know, we can use AI and it's going to be cheaper here, or we could pay out more people and then lose some extra money in the back end. Either way, it's a bad look for Call of Duty that this surfaces to begin with, because now we know that internally Treyarch, who's probably, you know, at the mercy of whatever Activision or Microsoft is directing them to do with this, they're now panicking, going, you know, we just wrote all these storylines, this is all supposed to connect to this and that, and if we have to recast this, it just kind of ruins the lore, it ruins the story. And that's a huge deal within zombies, especially with everything going on now as we're getting into the in-year new maps and everything, and it's expanding the story and actually giving us really cool you know, lore updates, if you will. This could backfire greatly in terms of what's to come in the next few maps and where the storyline is headed for maybe even years to come, if this is something that can't be sorted and can't be settled. In general, it's a bad look, and this just further emphasizes the greed of Call of Duty is really just over the top, I would say, as a way to describe it. Like, you can even look at the replies here. Dalek goes, what timeline are we in? Hope, the timeline of corporate greed. We stand with the actors. Agreed, Treyarch and Activision could easily fix this by meeting the actors' demands. To me, this is an extra bad look considering what else is going on in the game right now. You know, we have situations where the anti-cheat is completely underwhelming. They haven't really updated it in any significant way. We see updates to it, but it doesn't change the fact that cheaters still run rampant every new update, every time ranked gets updated or ranked mode gets implemented, if you will. When there's a new season, it's good for a day, but then cheaters are out like crazy. You know, there's no repercussions almost to cheating because you can just constantly recreate new accounts and do it again and again and again. And yet they're trying to force all these AI integrations into various different elements of their game, whether it's art design, so cutting jobs away from people, they're trying to save a buck on their art design team, whether it is now the voice actors not getting the AI protections there and having them actually full on walk away just because they don't want to swallow their pride and actually give in to what is better for the actors here and what they're trying to accomplish. And yet all this, oh, we got to do AI, it's going to optimize our flow, it's going to make things easier, we're going to save money. They don't reinvest it anywhere else. It's not going into the anti-cheat to make that better. It's not going into the servers to make those better. It's just a terrible look across the board. And then to further exemplify the repercussions of this already happening, Detonated, DK Dynamite's website, ends up posting here saying, rumors claim that Zombies voice actors are leaving over the lack of AI protections in contracts. Example being Sam, which is Julie Nathanson, seemingly recasted, now sounding drastically different in Citadel, likely more recasts in the future. And someone actually goes through, they discovered that yes, the audio is completely different, the voice lines and everything have changed, so they rewrote things because they had to recast because they refused to accept the demands of AI protections in contracts. And then Hope says they went back and retroactively recasted on Terminus and Liberty Falls. Reply to someone saying, I believe I saw Liberty Falls was updated as well. Very sad. So it is honestly just a bad situation for Treyarch because it's Activision, it's Microsoft, whoever's saying, yeah, we're not doing this. And then it impacts the game as well. It impacts the players. It impacts those working in those departments, trying to write the story that includes callbacks to other elements of zombies that might require the classic voice actors to come back and get more work out of it. It hurts the art department and, you know, takes away jobs and potentially work there. It's a bad look. And the fact that they're now panicking, per the report from Ghost of Hope, I think says a lot. This is just what we know of already that's out there. The AI mechanics that are in Ricochet, not great. The AI art that's in the game that seemingly always has to be updated because it does something wrong or something slips through the cracks that just makes it look ridiculous. Fully, you know, upending potentially the storyline in Zombies. It is backfiring, it would seem like, at least from our perspective. Who knows if Activision and or Microsoft are going to backpedal here a little bit and see, hey, maybe we don't actually try and just go all in on AI instead of going into what's probably the better idea here for the community and walking that back a little bit. Time is gonna tell. I'll keep you guys updated if anything does end up changing. So if you want to stay in the know for that alongside everything else going on in COD on a daily basis, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. And if you enjoyed this video, despite the rather unfortunate news here, a like is always seriously appreciated. It does help the channel grow quite a bit. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.